Hi, friends. Good morning. It's Reverend Laurie. It's Wednesday morning. It's really early in the morning. The sun has not made its way out of the shore yet, but I woke really early with a lot of heaviness on my heart. I normally get up around 4:30, between 4 and 4:30 in the morning. That's kind of my time with God. It's been that way for years, and um, it's the best time of the day for me. It's before the birds are waking, before Earth really shows its full vibrancy, and there's that holy hush, that midway point. And I take this time into the quiet. But this morning I woke with a really heavy heart. And instead of waiting for the day to brighten me up a little and get going and get through my meditation, I just wanted to share with you some thoughts. So please excuse, no hair done yet. I've only washed my face and brushed my teeth and put my glasses on because I wanted to share what I'm feeling. It's midweek and we're going on over 2 months now of a pandemic, and now this force going on globally that was ignited by the murder of that dear, beautiful Black man. And I hope, George Floyd, I hope you had an opportunity to watch the funeral yesterday because it was extraordinary. But there's been so much weight put on this, and rightly so. I believe that we are all at this boiling point. And I woke with a heavy heart, feeling from the days prior of all the unrest, of all the meanness and venom on Facebook and other media outlet, and the tragicness of all this really harmful bad news that is confusing people, to say the least. And I've been getting calls from people who are in a lot of trouble physically, mentally, very challenged, nurses that are just overwhelmed at a system that is not capable of supporting them, and trying to suppress them, letting them tell the public what's really going on. And there's just so much trauma, and we're feeling it. We're feeling it in spiritual circles and communities. We're feeling it in our children. We're feeling this heaviness. And so I woke with this on my heart. And I was reminded, before I went into my prayer work, I was reminded of this little poem that I had read. It's been quite a few years, but it kind of summed up what's going on in me internally. And it's called The Conqueror by Beatrice Mary Billing. And she writes, "Fear fluttered into my heart, where it was met with dismay. Making a havoc of hope, fear stayed all day. Fear thundered into my heart, where it was met with a smile. Baffled, bewildered, confused, fear left for a while. Fear trembled into my heart, where it was met with a prayer. Instantly turned into joy. Fear was no longer there." It really got me thinking, and this is what I took into meditation. I am feeling the fears, the anger, the rage, the confusion, the bewilderment of everything that's going on, and the reaction to everything going on. And the worst of the human animal seems to rise when presented with opportunities of fear of lack, of change, that we may be left out, and many are. So what do we do? Therein lies my mystery, my spirituality. What do we do? I like to look at Jesus' scriptures when I'm in this kind of fear, especially the ones that he stressed, the kingdom of heaven, are within us. The kingdom of heaven is here. So it is in here we go to stay steady in that kingdom. The kingdom, our inner self, is connected to all that there is and all that God is. And I'm reminded that God does not stop. It feels like it sometimes, but if God stopped, there would be no universe. All would crumble. It would be gone. God has not stopped. So, if that is the case, we can draw from that source that is ever flowing. How do we get on that way? How do we get in that flow? Yes, through prayer, becoming still and remembering the kingdom is within. Jesus went a step further, more of a Buddhist move. He insistently went through doing no harm, but causing a rise, helping, taking care of, taking care of, taking care of. Even if you don't feel you have anything left that you could help with, even that you feel the legs have been swept out from underneath you, even if you think you have no hope, the things of God are faith, love, and hope. That is what ignites the spirit. So I ask myself in these troubling times, where can I best share the hope I have in me? Because as I share that hope, my hope grows and I see open doors. I see opportunities because I am in God's channel. When I share God's love, I am in direct contact with God's love. That is getting in the flow. Faith without works is dead. Faith without works is a word. The faith of God is a verb. So this is all I want you to do today. If you would like a little vacation from fear, rage, anger, envy, turmoil, because it begins in here, what can I do to open the three gates of God and make direct contact? How can I share hope? That's all. You'll find the answer. The treasure is within. Someone will cross your mind that you can lift with a ray of hope. How can I exercise faith? How can I let those around me know God has not stopped? How can I activate God's good creation? It's coming to you. It's coming to all of us. Change is happening. And the birth of new and spiritual evolution is messy and painful. But it's worth it. We cannot stay where we are. We cannot allow people to be in oppression. Jesus insisted on social justice. He insisted, going against even church code of the day, to help the widow, to feed the hungry, to clothe the naked, to house the homeless. That is his mandatory work for all of us. He didn't stand and preach when asked to come and spew his wit and receive millions for it. No, he went to the oppressed and lifted them with hope, with faith, and with great love. So what is yours to do? You have a passion in you for a reason. First, it might seem like rage. The flip side of that is passion. Can we channel our rage into passion, into good, high work. Mother Teresa used to say, I will not march against hate. I will not march against anything, but I will march for love. Took me a while to understand the difference. Flip side of the coin. So channel what you're feeling. If you're not feeling whole and if you're feeling helpless, how can you help someone else today? I spoke to a young woman who had lost her home in a flood, a devastation. She had 2 dogs, no place. Some people took her in. It was a terrible situation. She kept going. She served as a nurse and treated extremely ill COVID patients and was not allowed to talk about it. She is in deep PTSD. And this young woman has been able to glimpse through the crack of despair. She has still been able to shed light, to get the help she needs so she can be strong and know of the love God has for her. This is an extraordinary time. It calls for extraordinary heart and brilliant minds that are not falling for the garbage, yet are willing to raise above it, willing to have the courage to know that God has not stopped, nor will we, nor will that love. So this morning, as I turn off the lights and watch the sunrise, I allow the feeling and brightness of that sun to fill me and lift me and hug me, because it is the very grace of God. And I surround myself, that kingdom of heaven. I seek first the kingdom, and all things, all resources are given to me to lift, to give hope, to show faith, and to do love. That is my blessing and prayer for you. I love you. Have a blessed week. Be God's blessing. Thank you. We'll see you next week.